boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Ju-Ming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword.
Yeah, but what if they don't want it?
Moreover, I hear that Yanqing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the lawful as the Ringmaster. So it seems like a perfect gift for him.
I feel like he's just gonna be like, if he does end up winning, he's gonna be like, yeah, but I don't really want it. I have my own swords.
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa. You need to beat around the bush.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yanqing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Juming and challenge me in the ring?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever happens, it won't be him.
It'll be either death or disaster when these two clash.
Not to be mean or anything. We've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find out what they
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, we'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match.
How does that make sense?
Have the apprentices take an apprentice.
In my humble opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay.
Wait, is this how March gets the swordplay version?
I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two of them take as an apprentice?
With both look at March.
Huh? Who? Wait, me?
You're the only person who doesn't actually have that much skill already. You're the only one who doesn't already use a melee weapon. So you can automatically, you don't have a basis in the melee skills.
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought, why not teach her the art of swordplay?
Oh, wait. Are you serious? Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well,
Just accept your fate, March.
Perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
yeah. I did say that.
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The war dance is the perfect opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General Yan. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone knows each other's tactics, won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during
That makes it even better.
That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few dooming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped.
Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The whole point is to know each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that
True.
be? Plus, what really decides a swordsman's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals.
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yang Qing?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others? So you're admitting your defeat, huh?
Yang Qing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective.
I see, General. Then count me in.
Now that Yang Qing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March giving her nod.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
It's all
I
up to you.
understand. Then I'm on board.
Great! Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of the Cloud Knight's swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little initiation gift.
You're too kind.
Cool. So that makes sense.
General Huayan's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? I think we strayed off topic.
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yun Li and I suddenly become Miss March's swordplay mentors?
Because General Huayan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time.
But aren't we here to
From
attend the
his
ceremony
point of
anyway?
view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has now evolved into you two collaborating to mentor March.
Elder Huayan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. I apologize for not disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have. So please, be prepared for the meeting.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens, I'm prepared to stay here as the Express's witness and answer any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden. As the Luofu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.
I know.
Yeah, I should get the original march from this as well. Fei-chan meets with her old comrade in arms, whom she hasn't seen for many years,
Illustrious
Yukong.
Maid's Claw waiting for me, and for so long too. It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong?
Yes, back then you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago.
For a lot of people, that is a lifetime.
I haven't seen you in 30 years, great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats.
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Katyo?
Jiao Cho. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huayan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal as your friend. May I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Lawfu?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations, much like what happened 30 years ago. Although the reports from the Lawfu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded, or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved. As you know, the fugitive Jing Liu, who mysteriously disappeared many years ago, has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons. The Lawfu Preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jing Yuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Yue to re-enter the Lawfu, thereby unlocking the lunarescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Vidyadhara's dutiful watch over the ambrosial arbor. It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Lawfu today. Well, duty calls. Perhaps I shouldn't have mentioned all of this to an uninvolved person, but since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Perhaps pretending you didn't hear any of this would be for the best.
I understand. I'm sorry. I was out of line. I know I shouldn't be defending General Jing Yuan right now, but... well, you know how I am. The Lawfu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lune, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements. A moment that our adversaries relish.
That's true. And that's why I'm also here for another purpose. To visit Hule.
Hule? You mean that Hule? The Boris and Moorhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the shackling prison for over 7 centuries?
The nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hule.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now, of all times?
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the shackling prison, facing unending retribution. Given the situation on the Lawfu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about Hule's imprisonment. I'm afraid that the routine visit every century is no longer sufficient to ease their concerns. That's why I was sent here, to reassure them.
It's all bad news.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. Unfortunately, there were no survivors and no cargo. However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard of a person named Ron?
Oh, Ron May. Ron May's up to her weird shit again. Petrichor Inn. But yeah, she's always doing some wacko shit with fucking. She literally brought back the thing that Firefly was trying to kill, which is why I'm sitting there thinking like, Firefly and Ron May, if they ever met, Firefly would not like Ron May.
Did I over...
What's it called again? It's gonna be Swarm, yeah. Starcrusher Swarm King. She fucking brought this thing back. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wait, I'm interested. Hold on. Where is... Oh, other. Ah, okay. So, Stellaron Hunters are under other. That makes sense. So for both Kafka and Sam. Oh, well, here's March. And Yan Ching. Oh, and Dan Hong's right there. I don't know, I was looking at the reference. My brain is now used to Welt. So just being on the
There you
Luofu.
are.
Are you
You
here too?
haven't forgotten about our promise to General Huayan, have you? I woke up especially early so I can start teaching Miss March swordplay.
How does time work on the on the Luofu? How does time work on the Xianzhou ships? I just thought about it.
This is, the first time someone has called me master. Let me make it clear. Swordplay training is about improving your body, mind, and strength. It's not a casual game you can master overnight. I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the war dance and defeat at least one opponent.
March is always a good girl.
A promise is a promise. Since I promised to study hard, I'll do my best starting today.
It's just weird having you're teaching the person who uses a bow how to use a sword.
Great! That's the spirit.
March is in your hands now, Yanqing. Don't be too easy on her.
Don Hung, do you even have a heart? Did you lose it somewhere?
I mean, he did get stabbed in the heart.
By the way, where's Yun Li?
I've found a quiet spot in the back garden of the Palace of Astrum for our first lesson together.
We're the first lesson of her sword training journey. Do we get to see it? Oh, switching to March 7th POV. And then there's Yun Li.
Seriously? It's the first day, and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Luofu so laid back? So disappointing.
Master Yun Li, you're already here.
Oh, wait. Were you trying to teach her in secret? That's sneaky. I'm just showing you what Luofu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the place of learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Luofu swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the war dance ring. You won't be complaining about Luofu swordplay then. Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Ju-Ming sword masters treat their apprentices. Quickly, over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift.
She gets an
from
outfit.
me to you. I hope you put it to good use.
And that's her new outfit.
What's this? Xianzhou clothing? It's so beautiful.
Sword practice requires precise movements. This outfit is tailored to fit perfectly and allows for smooth movements. I even added some small accessories.
You're awesome, Master.
See? See? How can you compete with me? I'll teach March 7th the essence of Ju-Ming swordplay so she can win the contest with my sword skills.
Why don't y'all just like learn all the intricacies of both of your sword plays and then teach her the stronger version by combining the two?
Actually, I prepared something too.
Huh?
Swords?
You have a gift for me too, Master Yanqing?
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of swords overnight. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you. But I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner.
Cool.
Thank you, Master Yenching.
Bet you didn't see that one coming. The real competition is just getting started.
They really, they're both so hot-headed about it. It's crazy. March is just like they're like, I'm having a good time. I'm getting free stuff.
I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a bit weird?
Also, the weird thing is, if you, it's really weird to also try and ship these two together because their names both start with Y, and both end with an E sound. It's Yun Li and Yan Qing. It's such a Yun Qing. Yan Li. That's such a weird one. They're both weird. Moments later.
So what do you think, Masters? Does this outfit suit me?
Perfect. I chose it carefully. Alright, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves with him.
Wait. We're having actual combat training for the first lesson?
Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. The first thing we're going to do is see just how strong your fundamentals are.
Archery fundamentals and sword fundamentals are two entirely different things.
Come on, step forward and strike
I mean-
with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn.
I mean, she's gonna be strong because pulling back on a bow, that should take strength.
If you're ready, let's begin.
Okay.
Do we get into a battle right away? Oh. Yo! Can I look at it? Fuck. But like we get a story Shing! It looks so cool actually.
Peach blossoms and divine sword descend.
Cool. I love the design of this actually. Though she is Hunt though, isn't she? That's the worst part, is that she's Hunt. Oh, but at least I get to.
Show your courage.
I'm just gonna do that just in case.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then I apologize in advance, Miss Martin.
Oh, dang it, it gives me these characters anyway. I want to choose your skill first and learn if these are free moves for me.
Please have some tea.
Close attention, Miss March.
Shifu's attack.
It's all about being swift and agile in your movements.
Shifu's attacks can accumulate charge for March 7th and make her realize powerful abilities. Okay, interesting.
Blade and flight.
And then doing this again doesn't give it back.
Practice is over.
Oh yeah, and that's the
Swords descend.
ability of Yunli. She does counter strikes, and that gives another 2. Okay.
Ignore him. Strength is everything.
What about both? Okay, she's blast because she's destruction, right? That's why I kind of wanted her.
Yes, you like this?
Well done. Right on time. How many can you block?
I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Swordplay. Strike with heart.
Awesome. You'll make good practice.
Oh, and then she gets an enhanced basic attack.
Blue hard and focused.
Oh, wow, that hit hard. So what does this do? I haven't actually seen this yet. Oh, what? That looked cool. Oh, okay, so that's what she does.
How many can you block? Blade and flight. Time for swordplay. Strike with heart.
You'll make good practice.
I'm not allowed to. Oh, I don't have no skill points. Cause can I get the march again? Cause I want to use this ult.
Yes, you! I could take 10 of you!
So what does this actually do? Makes a single ally become Shifu when using basic attack or dealing enhanced basic attacks damage. Triggers the corresponding effect based on the Shifu's path. Erudition, Destruction, and Hunt deals additional damage for Shifu's type. Harmony and Healing, Preservation, Abundance, Toughness reduction increases. Interesting. That's kind of weird. Huh. And the basic attack enhancing this one is just going to deal like 3 hits initially. There's a chance to additionally deal up to 3 hits. Huh.
Here you go, Master!
And then I can do this,
Right on time.
which I'm curious as to what it does.
What I can really do.
What? What is there dieting and tea and stuff on that? What does this do? Does measure a single enemy and increase the hits per action and damage chance of the next enhanced basic attack. Oh, okay. Die.
Dragon, white tiger, less cards. Watch this! Are you mumbling about? Isn't this sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool?
She's like, I guess? Maybe?
Swords descend. Melt.
You see, if she wasn't,
Strike.
freaking
Mountains.
Hunt, I'd be fine with it.
I didn't expect the first lesson to be so intense.
Miss March's quick hands and a flexible body. However, she lacks strength, and her strikes were a bit unfocused. But don't worry, it's totally normal for beginners. Once she starts practicing dooming swordplay, she'll make heaps of progress.
Given the situation, I believe Miss March should start by working on her footwork.
Seriously, do you actually know anything about swordplay, or what?
I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility. So what's more important than footwork?
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding 2 swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have strength? It's not like we're dancing here.
Skilled sword masters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good at, then tackle your weaknesses. That's the right way to learn.
That is true. It is better to start on what you're good at and then do what you're not as good at later on.
You're quite the theorist, huh?
Theorist? You claim to be able to talk to swords. So what does that make you? A lunatic?
Hey, it's only my first lesson, and you're already arguing. Come on, calm down, Masters. I'll have to improve both my footwork and strength anyway, so it doesn't matter which one comes first.
But it does matter. Just listen to me, March 7th.
Oh, God. It's like, but it does matter. It really doesn't matter that much, though. As long as she learns it, it's still fine.
Aw.
Let's begin the journey of March 7th sword training. Yeah, there. Yep, cool. And then we can actually get this one now. That's cool. Yeah, the relics and stuff being independent is cool. But the thing is, I don't use March. Don't you see? She's level 40. I don't use March. I don't use any of the initial characters. The only of the initial characters I use is... Where is she? Am I blind? Where is she? Am I completely blind? Oh no, that's right up there. The only one I use is the Trailblazer. Because Harmony Trailblazer is awesome. Well, actually, to be honest, both of them are. I like both Harmony and Preservation. Destruction's fine too, but really like both of these because like Destruction or Preservation Trailblazer is like actually worth having. But I am not using Hunt March. Are you kidding me? Her design is great, but I'm not using her. I genuinely don't like Hunt characters.
Dear Himeko, Mr. Yang, and Pompom, we're all good here on the Xianzhou Lafu, so no need to worry. As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice to 2 Cloud Knight sword masters, and I've been honing my sword skills with their guidance. One of them is Yanqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yun Li, the granddaughter of General Hua Yan from the Xianzhou Juming. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real taste of how hard sword training can be.
So where'd her other sword go? Oh, she's only using one in this picture.
I tried to drag her into this, but she refused. Then I tried to rope Dan Heng in, but Master Yanqing wouldn't have it. Still, I didn't let the difficulty get to me. In just a few weeks, my sword skills have improved a lot. Both my masters think I have unique talents in swordplay, and are literally fighting each other to teach me their skills. Thanks to their guidance, I've actually made some progress. When I get back to the Express, I'll definitely show off my skills and impress you all. Looking forward to your reply. Yours...
Nope. 6 troopers number 2 masters. March 7th trains tirelessly, almost developing tennis elbow. Not day after the sword training.
Well done. Let's call it a day.
Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance.
Maybe I have a chance of defeating my masters.
I might have a shot at beating both masters in the ring?
Nah.
Get real. You've only been practicing for a short while. How could that possibly happen?
It's gonna happen. I guarantee you, if she's actually gonna be in the war dance, I really want March to beat both Yin Li and Yanqing.
With your talent, Miss March, if you dedicate a few more decades to training, you might eventually be able to defeat Yun Li.
Decades? But I'll be an old lady by then.
Can you believe it? March 7th has actually become a pretty decent swordmaster in such a short time. Now I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face while training me.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Shut up!
It's all thanks to your amazing guidance, masters.
Miss March, you're really getting the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on advancing, trying out different Xianzhou blades could improve your touch.
Oh, let me see. Which sword is the most powerful?
There's no such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about the skill of the swordmaster. Yanqing wields several flying swords, while I only wield one. But remember how I kicked his butt at the Alchemy Commission?
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right now and see who kicks whose butt?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance. Deal?
Oh, please don't say yes.
Why are you two arguing again? I thought things had been improving between you lately.
Oh, Dan Heng.
That the leading
Oh, that's
disciples
Jiachu.
of
I
the
thought that was Dan
Lafu
Heng.
Juming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice of their own. Turns out the rumors are true.
Now we have people from all
Tomorrow is
three.
the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be focusing on honing your skills instead of teaching swordplay here?
You're... Oh, that's right. You're the pink-haired...
Pink Fox.
This is Mr. Jiaoqiu, the Senjo Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing. And you were trying to sneak a peek at our training?
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the General's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to interrupt your training.
If you knew nothing about martial arts, why were you smirking earlier?
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard Miss March's pondering about what to learn, I couldn't help but wander over. From my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sautéing, boiling, and deep frying in cooking. They're just ways for people to show off their skills. How you use them really depends on the ingredients you're working with. It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your ingredient, in other words, your apprentice's natural tendencies, with the right cooking method, by which I mean the teaching method that best suits her, she'll make double the progress in half the time. For example, golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow boulder beef when simmered. It's all about discovering the nature of the ingredients.
They're all the same. I'm getting hungry.
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Aren't you a healer? Why are you talking about food?
Food is just as much healing as medicine is. Come on.
Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow on the Senjo Yaoqing is called the Rancha School. It specializes in food therapy. So it's only natural that I know a thing or two about cooking.
So, you're the General's cook?
Come on.
I'm
No.
a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine. Call me a cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts. But, in reality, I know a thing or two about killing. After all, the art of healing inherently encompasses both life and
Yep.
death.
I'm a healer, but why suddenly getting all serious?
Why is this guy suddenly getting all serious with kids?
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No.
This is called tumble dust, an extract from an
Yeah,
exotic
bruh.
flower named Yabra.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
Is it poison?
Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. Increase the dose or the potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin and resulting in the loss of all senses. Even long-life species cannot escape its effects. This thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful than the swords in your hands.
That may be so. But still, I prefer settling things with a sword than...
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a sinister and despicable one.
Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here, not persuading you to poison anyone.
It's a metaphor.
Seems
I
like
suppose.
you get real excited when talking about poison.
Picture this. Two individuals. The one standing is full of malice. The other lying down is honorable and righteous. How can the one who's lying down label the one standing as sinister? In the throes of combat, where life and death hinge on a singular moment, every idea fades into nothingness. The only thing that matters is staying alive. Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth, be it integrity or treachery. In my eyes, their significance is negligible.
Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiao Cho. We may be young, but We've seen our fair share of war.
Well, well. Then you should know that the war dance is nothing more than a contest. So why are you so focused on it?
When I was appointed as the ringmaster for the war dance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. Why do we have to swing swords in a ring just to please an audience? And this is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is no different than on the battlefield, as your sword reveals the might of all Cloud Knights. The war dance is the perfect chance to showcase martial virtue and forge alliances from all over the cosmos. When we unsheath the sword without drawing blood, we not only display our might, but also the martial virtue of the Cloud Knights.
That's quite an insightful statement, Young-Ching. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. I've been on the Luofu for quite some time, but I haven't had the chance to see the ceremony venue for myself yet. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around?
You want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the war dance will be held? Let's go! I bet Yun Li and Miss March haven't seen it either, right?
Cool. Cool how they do just sit there giving me a this version of March. It's definitely an interesting concept to give her to give March of all characters a sword. But I mean, they kind of had to. They had to give other versions. Like they kind of just had to, because all the members of the Express end up having some alternate version. Well, at least all the ones that were 4-star have some 5-star variant. First it was hold on. Yeah, first it was Dan Hung. But also while we were on but I mean this kind of makes sense. This happens for all of them, where the main character gets multiple forms. In Genshin, it's that the main character gets all of the different elements. Obviously, you can't do that in Zenless because the main character doesn't fight. The main character sits at a computer. Weirdly enough, with the release of this version of March, every single member of the Express, besides Himiko, has some form of themselves that ends up being imaginary. We're just missing the one. We're missing Himiko.
Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth.
Can you believe it? March?
Oh, it's just the same stuff.
I'll give you a tour of the Sky Splitter.
Head to Stargazer Navalia. That's what it's called. I was trying to remember what it was earlier.
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the Sky Splitter.
What's up, Mr. Jiacho?
No, it's nothing.
It's something.
Do you see that airship in the distance? That's the Sky Splitter.
Oh god, it's huge.
Venue for the war dance ceremony.
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
The Sky Splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until the war dance officially commences. Tomorrow, when the bell rings and the ceremonial cannons roar, I'll be there representing the Cloud Knights of Xianzhou Luofu, standing in the ring, ready to take on challengers from all over the cosmos. Since I was a kid, I've been training in swordplay and the art of war under the general. Every day, I'd swing my sword 10,000 times, and then thrust it 10,000 times, repeating the process over and over. I understand that I'm not like other kids. I never envied the toys and freedom they all had. I never found sword practice boring or hard, even in the thick of battle. Facing down savage abominations, I never felt scared. Each day,
I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger, and I racked up countless victories. It's the best feeling in the world. But then, I faced a really tough opponent, and just one slash shattered my confidence into 1,000 pieces. That's when I felt true fear for the first time. Maybe that's what Mr. Jiao Cho meant by life and death hinge on a singular moment. After that, I had to pick up the pieces and try to put myself back together. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to find my old happy self again. I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? If defeat is inevitable, why do I continue to fight? Is it to reclaim the joy of victory? To meet the general's expectations? Or to secure my honor among the Cloud Knights? While the general could teach me the art of swordplay, he couldn't teach me why I should keep on going. He said the reason must come from within myself. But after talking with you, Mr. Jiao Cho, I think I already have that reason in mind. As a member of the Cloud Knights and the General's apprentice, I've had a weight on my shoulders. And I know there's still more to shoulder. But when I wield my sword, it feels like I'm letting go of everything. I love the feeling of giving it my all, facing any obstacle in front of me, pressing forward.
I like how the purpose of this quest is definitely to give Yanqing a chance to really shine. Because he didn't really... His character never felt like it really ever went in depth in any of the stuff we found in it. The only thing I could get from him was that he was desperate to win. But this feels like we're going really in depth into his character, along with a character that's honestly kind of similar, which is Yin Li.
That's why I wield my sword.
Oh, Yanqing. So young, yet so grown up. By the way, how old are you exactly?
Age doesn't really matter. All sword masters will understand how I feel.
Really avoiding that question every time that comes up in any of the games. Star Rail, Genshin, Zenless, they never actually bring up a character's age because they really don't want to add. Because the thing of when you add a character and give them a canonical age, like an actual age to them, it complicates things on the lore side. Like, if you were to have a character that's in Genshin who's like, if you were to say, oh, they're like a little over 500 years old, and you'd be like, they were probably there during the Conria disaster, weren't they? And that's the kind of thing that happens. That's the only time. So Conria is like the only time anything's ever mentioned for age. Conria and the Archon War. Because Conria was 500 years ago, and then the Archon War was 2700. So, like, that's the only sets of time. But having sets of time in a lore world means it's really... trying to add a character's age makes it very... It leaves some complications when it comes to whether or not some things can... plot holes can pop up like that if you add characters' ages. So, you know... Especially when you have characters like here who are fucking immortal, like they don't actually like die of age, like in any of the Xianzhou ships, because they're all long life species and cursed. So it makes sense that they're just avoiding ages.
I get it. Looks like all the kids on the Luofu live tough lives. So, how about you, Miss Yunli?
It's not polite to ask a girl her age, no matter which Xianzhou ship you're on.
I'm not asking your age. I'm asking if you have a dream like Yanqing has.
You don't talk like a cook. You sound more like a TV host or something.
Need I repeat myself again? I'm a healer.
Isn't he Nihility? That's the funniest thing. He's not even abundance. He's Nihility.
Well, I don't have a dream like Yanqing does. The only reason I'm participating in the Ringmaster's Challenge is because I made a promise to my grandfather that I'd win the precious sword he's contributed to the war dance.
Sounds like that mind of yours is just filled with swords.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father was a craftsman on the Xianzhou Jumi. Because of his foolishness, many innocent people fell victim to the cursed swords he forged. Since I was a kid, it's been clear to me that not everyone deserves to have a weapon in their hands. Giving them a sword is no different than being cruel to the innocent. So, whenever I come across someone unworthy of a sword, I can't help but want to take it away from them. Given that Yanqing is the war dance ringmaster, I'm stepping up to challenge him. To ensure the precious sword doesn't fall into the hands of an unworthy master.
Hey, what do you mean by an unworthy master?
I see. Well, it's better to have a reason for wielding a sword than to be lost and confused. I've saved countless Cloud Knights in my life, and there are plenty of exceptional warriors, just like the two of you.
What happened, Mr. Zhao Cho?
Oh, nothing. I was just reminded of some old friends and old tales. Judging from my professional perspective as a healer, both of you possess remarkable vitality. Your energies flow like raging fires and mighty gales. The upcoming fight will definitely be impressive. Well, we've seen the Sky Splitter and toured the Stargazer Navalia. I guess it's time to say goodbye for now.
What? You're leaving already?
It's getting late, Miss March. Unlike you lot, I'm a grown-up bound by responsibilities and duties. The tasks entrusted to me by the General won't complete themselves. By the way, Yanqing, is it normal to have so many people wandering around in an automated area like the Stargazer Navalia?
Actually, this is a restricted area. But since you're all guests, I made an exception, so you could take a look around.
I understand.
Seriously? I just spent so much time thinking about the team, but he didn't even ask me.
Now that we're done with our tour of the Sky Splitter, shall we continue with our training?
Why don't we take a day off?
What? You want to secretly practice swordplay by yourself?
You know, cramming before a fight never works out. For some reason, seeing the Sky Splitter has boosted my confidence. So, I've decided to conserve my strength for tomorrow. All right. I'll take you out of the Stargazer Navalia.
I think he's realized that some of the things he's doing is a little unnecessary. I mean, he's still gonna be a little hot-headed, but I think him talking about it made him realize that maybe some of the stuff he's doing is stupid. Even if you end up thinking yourself as super mature, you'll end up thinking you'll end up getting hot-headed one day or another. Anyway, some stuff really has been weird.
Red Fang, this is not a beast ship. I need some time to take care of things.
You willingly donned the skin of a lowly beast to join this mission, dedicating yourself to our glorious cause.
I'm doing my best, all right? When the guns go off tomorrow, all eyes will be on it. How's that? Who's there?
Who are you guys?
Super sus.
An impromptu inspection. Why are there outsiders loitering in Stargazer Navalia?
Hey, kids, didn't your parents ever tell you to stay away from the Stargazer Navalia? I know it's an automated facility, but it doesn't mean you can just break in and do what you want. Well, I'm not trying to tell you off.
Big sis, let's go.
Please tell me she realizes there's things.
Ever hunt flames? Yeah, sure. The big sis will take you there.
Shuha! You should have let me. Shh, the overhaul is done, and everything looks good. We should leave.
Yep.
Repeat what you just said, Yenching. What did I say? Big sis. Let's. Come on. Can't you read the room? Something is definitely off about the 3 people we just met. Yeah, anyone could see that. I just wanted to hear you say it again. That pink-haired fox tried to say something. I'm pretty sure he sensed something fishy. Since he's not familiar with this place, he just dropped us a hint. But you didn't seem to be paying attention at all.
I knew that from the beginning.
That Cloud Knight didn't recognize Master Yenching at all.
What? Is he famous on the Lavu or something? Not even the Cloud Knights on the Juming, who all know my glorious name, might recognize my face.
You have a point.
Cloud Knight, a member from the Skyfaring Commission, and a craftsman. They're from various departments, and the reason for the overhaul seems legit. But one of them blurted out some weird language just now. I have a feeling that if we secretly tail them, we'll definitely catch these guys in the act. Follow my lead, and be careful not to blow our cover.
Let me end this real quick and start a new